The stay I teach right here, I call it the cornered stay. And I call it the cornered stay because we start it in a corner. You can see I'm starting it in a yard. You can do it in the corner of a house. Anywhere where you find that 90-degree angle, that's where you want to start your stay. And as always, you want to train with a leash. So the first step in the process is you put your dog's butt in the corner. Now right here, they should have a sit command. It's going to make your stay much better. The sit is a good transition command to other things. Now the question becomes, why is the dog in the corner? If you try to teach a stay in an open field, there are 8 possible directions that dog could run. You put the dog in a corner, there are only 3 directions to run because the whole entire backside of the dog is being blocked off. Physically, they cannot run that direction. You stand right in front of the dog, now the dog only has 2 directions to run. If you use your hands as blocks, now the dog has no directions to run. All you're technically doing is teaching your dog the less they move, the quicker they get paid. From here, all you want to do is have them stay just for a couple seconds. They're not moving, quickly pay them. And then you want to back off another foot, say the word stay. Once you get about 5 or 6 feet away, your hands can't block the dog. And this is why it's very important to make sure you don't move on until you know the dog is rock solid when you're at just a few feet away. Once you back up to the point where the dog knows they can dart on you, they will take the opportunity. Don't give up. It's going to happen. It happens to the best of us. It still happens to me every day. This is why we repeat the process over and over. Remember, technique and conditioning. I want you to spend a good 2 to 3 days in that corner perfecting it. While you're still training the dog in the corner, you're not going to back up further than 6 feet because this way you still have the leash in your hand just in case the dog decides to run on you. You want to work very slow, and you also want to make sure that you tell your dog to stay, don't ask them. And what I mean when I say this is you don't want to say, stay. That sounds like you're giving the dog an option, okay? If you're asking the dog to stay, if you're giving the dog the option, I promise you, they will take the option you do not want. You want to make sure your stay is firm and on a very flat note. So it's a stay. Now again, don't move too fast here. So you're probably going to spend another 2-3 days on the flat wall. Once your dog has mastered the flat wall, that's when you can do the final piece of the puzzle and bring them out into the open. Okay, come here. Come here. Hold on, hold your horses, come here. Come here. No, we're not doing buck and bronco right now. Hold on. Hold your horses. Give me a sit. All right, it's a lot better if they actually stop bucking on me. Come here. Sit. There you go. Stay. So all I'm doing right here, I'm gonna do a stay in a point blank range. Literally almost on top of her. Stay. She's focused on the tree, so she has no reason to dart left or right, and my hand is on the leash still, just in case she wants to dart. And I'm gonna show her the hand signal, which is a stay. The treat is in my hand, followed by a stay, and I give her the treat when she's not moving. So again, point blank, stay, hand still on the leash. I'm blocking off both sides just in case she wants to run. My hand's on the leash anyway, so she can't go anywhere. Good. That's a stay. Perfect. That is a stay. So now she gets that. Repeat the process. I'm gonna back up 1 foot and a stay. Now if she comes towards me, I'm just gonna take a little step towards her like that. Sit. That's very common, they'll do that. Your first instinct when they come towards you is to always back up. Never do that. You always step forward. Stay. Back a little more. If she comes forward, take a step forward. Sit. Sit. Good. Stay. That's all I want her to do. If she lies down, it's fine. You adjust those details later. All I want her to do is stay. I'm gonna back up a little more. Stay. And she learns very quickly. Good. The less she does, the less she moves, the more reward she gets. Again, take a step forward. Back on a sit. Come here. Back on a sit. Come here. Good. Stay. And if she lies down, that's totally fine. We worry about details like that later. Again, I'm gonna back up just a touch. Stay. Still hand on the leash. Good, that's a stay. Very important detail here. I do not praise her from back here. I always praise her from a point blank zone. Stay. Good. Another detail to point out here. Make sure when you give the treat, you scoop it under, you don't hold it above. You hold it above, there's a good chance she's gonna jump up. You scoop it under like this. Good, that's a stay. Again, step forward. I'm gonna reset her. Sit. Good. Stay. You wanna lie down? No problem. Stay. Stay. And again, all I'm waiting for her to do when she jumps up, I quickly take a step forward. The biggest mistake I see people make is they step back. Good. Perfect. Stay. Now I'm to the end of my leash, which is now 6 feet. Stay. Again, take a step forward. That usually stops them in their track. Back up to the end of my leash. Now I'm 6 feet. Stay. Stay. And I'm just going to hold it for anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds. Stay. And again, I'm not going to praise until I get point blank and my hand is under. Good. That's a stay. Perfect. Now again, what's going to happen here, I'm going to drop the leash. Stay. Now it's all on technique alone. Stay. Time it correctly. When you see them about to get up, you take a step forward. Stay. Again, I don't praise until I get right underneath her. Good, that's a stay, perfect. Stay. Rinse and repeat, stay. Stay. And I'm gonna wait for her to stand up, which you just might do, and remember, you take a step forward quickly. Stay. 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 All my praise and all my excitement, stay, happens right when I get right underneath her. Good, that's a stay, perfect. Stay. 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 And again, I'm going to start moving forward 1 foot at a time. Stay. 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 Good, that's a stay. Perfect. One more time for good measure. Stay. I see you. Stay. 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 Good, that's a stay. Okay. Okay, good. I know, that was exciting. So a few days later, when you know you have the corner perfected, we're gonna move them out of the corner onto the flat wall. Now what happens when the dog gets moved over to the wall? Well, now we've opened their directions up from 2 directions to run with you standing right in front of them to now 5 directions to run. However, if you stand in front of the dog, now they only have 4 directions to run. And from here, we repeat the process just like we did in the corner. Once again, we start from 1 foot away and we don't back up until we know they've perfected that first foot. Stomp forward if you have to. It's okay, she lies down, that's okay, that's still a stay. Give me a stay. Back up 1 more foot and we stay. Good. Same thing, you praise at point blank zone. So again, I'm gonna back up another foot, completing about 6 feet now, stay. And again, I inch forward 1 foot at a time, stay. 1 foot at a time, stay. 1 foot at a time, stay. Good, that's a stay, perfect. And again, now we're gonna get our 10-foot zone, stay. And then 1 foot at a time, stay. 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 Good, perfect. What makes this spot different than the corner, in the corner, she essentially had 3 directions to run. When I'm standing in front of her, she only had 2 directions to run. Over here, she has 5 directions to run, but if I stand right in front of her, she only has 4 directions to run. This is why it's important not to move on to this area until you've mastered the corner. A lot of people move on much too fast, and what happens is the dog gets used to blowing their stay, and eventually it becomes a bad habit, and you have to go back to the corner eventually. Now, if you notice, when I had her in the corner, as well as the flat wall over here, she was ready to run on me on each side. This is the point of your hands. You want to use your hands almost like a goalie to stop them in their tracks. Typically, just putting your hand up will stop them in their tracks from running on you. That's the whole point, and you want to repeat that process over here. And this is why it's very important to make sure that you have stay down in a point-blank range before you start backing off. And what I mean when I say point-blank range, that means when you're literally directly in front of her, you can almost kiss her. It's also very important to note that when I initially put her on the stay and I backed up a little bit, she started walking towards me. It's very important that you don't back up if they start walking towards you. You actually take a step towards them and firmly say stay. Once you get about 6 feet back, it's very common they want to run on you. At this point, you can't use your arms unless your arms are 10 feet long. This is where your foot stomp comes in. All you have to do is say the word stay followed by a firm foot stomp. That stomp of the foot will typically back them up into their original stay position. And the reason why this works is because dogs work just like humans. If you're standing there on the sidewalk and someone walks towards you, you're not going to simply stand there and let them bowl you over. You simply move out of the way. This is how we all typically do it, and dogs do it the same way. If a dog sees you move towards them even slightly, they're going to back out of the way. Now, once they're in the wide open, they have 8 directions to run. Doesn't matter where you stand, they can run around you very quickly. From here, you should be advanced enough where you can do a technique I like to call orbiting. And this is where I tell the dog to stay and I move in an orbit around the dog. Now again, this will be a little tricky because it's a brand new setup, so your dog's gonna blow it a couple times. Don't worry, just keep doing it. I promise you most dogs will learn this very quickly. Good, that's a stay, perfect. Stay. 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 Good, that's a stay, perfect. And the final piece of the puzzle is adding distractions. So I've got a handful of toys here, and what I want to do is I'm going to have Chloe stay as I'm throwing the toys, and Chloe's only job is to make sure she stays as I'm throwing the toys all around. So I'm going to hold the leash in my hand. There's certain grips. This is the pointed finger grip, and there's also the thumb grip. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the pointer finger grip. And then I'm going to step on the leash right around there. Not too tight, not too loose, so probably about a couple inches from the clip. Make sure I pull up on the leash right here. From here, I'm gonna start taking toys and throwing them around. Stay, 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 stay. Stay, and this holds her in her place. Come here, sit. Give me a sit. And same thing. This is the game changer because distractions change everything. Stay, stay, firm stay, foot on the leash, stay, stay, stay. We might have to do this a few times. Stay, good, there you go. That's a stay, good. Again, very firm stay, and every time I throw a toy, I say stay at the same time. Stay. 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 There you go. Stay. Stay.
stay. So we're gonna restart, stay. All right, same thing. Pointed finger grip, foot on the leash. As I'm throwing the toys, I firmly say the word stay. And then from there, I'm gonna loosen up on the leash. Now it's much more slacked. Stay. 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 Nice. Good. That's what I want to see. Perfect. Stay. Stay. I'm going to take my foot off the leash. Stay. Good. And that's a stay command. Stay.